Alright, okay, I'm back. Listen, hey, listen. Oh, what's that? Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, what's going on? It is Ms. Get It Anzy. On the floor, in front of the bed frame, and I'm back. I told you guys I was going to be back all week for advice. I told you guys I was going to be back for advice. This is a video on club etiquette. It's 2015. I throw a lot of events, okay, especially club events now that I'm getting older. And this video is directed towards all of my 18/21 and up people, okay, because that's my age realm now. I'm getting old, have a walker, a scooter, because my back is... I'm really getting old, y'all, I'm trying to tell you. But this video is directed towards my 18/21 and up folks. Because, you know, when you're 15 and 16, that's a ratchet time. Well, it was for me, at least. When I was 15 and 16, you know, I was really in them parties, so those were my baby ratchet days, and now I like to think that I'm more of a toddler ratch. You know what I'm saying? I'm a toddler ratch with some street knowledge, you feel me? So the first thing that happens when you're about to have a great weekend, it's Thursday, it's Friday, it's Saturday, possibly Sunday, depending on if we got work or school on a Monday. The first thing you do is you call up your girl like, bitch, what the fuck, bitch, we going out tonight, bitch, we finna shit, bitch, I'm not wearing shit to the club tonight. And this is one of the things that has to stop during 2015. First and foremost, be aware that what you wear to the club is how people are going to perceive you, no matter what. If you have on heels and a pencil skirt down to your knees and you have your hair and your makeup completely done, your nails are done, and you're sipping on a drink, I'm going to assume that you are not going to be bouncing that shit all night. And I'm going to assume that you are not going to just have anybody come and get at you, and you're not just going to have, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you wear to the club is oftentimes how people perceive you. And just like the girl who wears the long pencil skirts, if you are a girl who tends to wear panties or a thong to the club and get mad when you bouncing that shit all over the place and niggas keep grabbing that shit and be like, that doesn't make sense. That is completely contradictory. Now, I don't condone people just being overly aggressive in the club, but when you're in the club, guys are going to grab you because this is an environment that's much different from outside. We want to dance, we want to party, and this is how it happens. Nobody these days is like, hey, would you like to head to the dance floor and maybe shake that ass on my... No, we're in a club, we bouncing.
Put a little drink in my cup, even though a nigga know I don't need it.
That's how it is nowadays, okay? When you're picking your outfit, be comfortable, be cute, okay? This is a time where you're supposed to be as confident as possible, and you're supposed to wear things that make you feel good about yourself. Don't wear anything for anybody else. Wear what it is you want to wear to the club. But be mindful that if you're wearing absolutely nothing and you're bouncing that shit everywhere, people are going to put their hands on you. And it's up to you to determine your comfort level around that, between what you wear. So, first of all, panties in the club, thongs in the club, gotta go. Before you even get dressed, odor is a very, very, very big issue for me. And shout out to my ladies. Shout out to my ladies, because when I was a baby ratch, there was a lot of odor problems with us, okay? There was a lot of odor problems that I had with females smelling like hella bounce that ass. But now that I've gotten into the club, what I'm realizing is a lot of you gentlemen smell like burning corpses, okay? You smell like burning death. That's what you smell like. So it's important for all of my men to make sure that you're on top of your game when it comes to these showers, when it comes to brushing your teeth, especially if, especially if you plan to be in that black hoodie all night, which I still don't know why guys wear it to the club. Okay, take that shit off. Why are you wearing a black hoodie in the club? If you're coming to my event, I'm clearly going to put at the bottom, blah, blah, blah. If you're coming to one of my events and I see that black hoodie, you're not getting in, okay? When you're in the club, you have to realize that this is a club, okay? If you did not come to turn the fuck up, then You feel me? You feel me? C2 Saucy bringing G-Funk back. You feel me? You don't have to be dancing with a hella people or anything like that. But if you did not come to the club to dance, then why did you come? Okay? If you came to the club with your friends and you're being the Debbie Downer, you really have to sit and think about why the fuck you came to the club. So, going into 2015, I would like to see more people in the club engaging in the club environment. The DJ is, ooh, he's fire. So, get your ass up, okay? Dance to yourself, bounce that ass on somebody, whatever the case is. You came to have a good time, so make sure you have a good time. I'm not saying we have to be ratchet, because we were all baby ratchets at one point, but we are not too grown to have a good time, and that's what I think a lot of people have that mentality is once they turn a certain age, they're like, no, we don't want to be like that. No. It's not like we have to be hella ratchet in the club, but if you come to the club to have a good time, get your ass up, get a drink, and have a good time. When it comes to dancing in the club, which I strongly advise, okay, I'm an advocate for turning the fuck up in the club. There is a difference in dancing between baby ratchets and us being older ratchets now. If you are just that one person who's like turned up to like Trey Songz slow motion and you trying to like shake your dress and shit, I have a really big problem with that. Time, place, and song for everything, okay? Don't twerk on me while I'm at the bar getting a drink. Don't try to grab my hand when I'm walking into the bathroom talking about let's dance, okay? Don't be hyphy. Don't be hyphy as fuck to slow songs, okay? That shit has to stop. Alcohol and the club is very, very crazy. So this is what I advise. If you're going to come to the club and you want to, you know, get on your level, you want to drink and stuff like that, you have to know your level as a person. Because now you're in the public. If you get drunk as fuck at home and you just wilding at home, that's different. But when you're in the club like, this is my song, I can't even twerk anymore. Yes, I'm so turned up right now. But the club is over and everything has already stopped and like the DJ's packing up his equipment. That clearly means that you've had not one, not two, but maybe 5 too many. So, be mindful of how much you drink in the club. And if you are going to drink, make sure that you have a designated driver. There's a lot of time when people think that they're good enough to drive, so they have a little sip, have a little cup, or whatever it is. 5 cups later, they realize they done fucked up, but they're the designated driver, so they want to convince everybody that they good. I'm good. I'm fucking fine, okay? Give me the keys. Which one is it? Is it your house key or is it the car key? Always have a designated driver. Always know your limits when it comes to alcohol. Do not mix alcohol in the club, okay? Unless you just one of the people who cool like that, you know, you feel me? You feel me? Anyway, so just make sure that in the club you're being mindful of your surroundings, you're being mindful of how much you're drinking, you're being mindful of your designated driver, whoever's taking you home, you make sure that they're not drinking, and you just continue to have a good night without being overly turned up in the wrong setting. Conflict in the club, okay? First of all, when you're in the club, you're going to see a lot of different faces. So oftentimes, if you have a problem with someone, they might be going to the same club as you, and you'll find a lot of people that you run into at the club, but when it comes to conflict, save that shit for later. A lot of people paid their money, they came a far, far way to have a great night in the club, and it's very selfish of you to think that this is the time and place to have a fight, have an altercation, throw drinks, whatever it is. It's not the time or the place. If you was a real boss and you had a problem with someone, you call them, never mind. Shit can be handled at a different time and at a different place because this is not the setting. And a lot of times now when there's so many people in the club and stuff like that, a lot of people get involved. So someone will get into a fight, then their girls will get into a fight, and then some bystander who has nothing to do with the situation will get hit, pushed, shoved, and now they're swinging. So conflict in the club needs to stop. Conflict, period, actually needs to stop. Let's really think about the shit that people argue over. But if we're just strictly talking about the club, save that shit. And don't save it for after the club, okay? Take that shit somewhere else because the club environment is a positive place where we want to have a positive time. So, save that shit for later. And then on top of that, when you do have conflict in the club and you're under the influence, many things could just escalate to where it doesn't need to be. So I definitely advise refraining from any type of conflict in the club. Relationships in the club have been a big problem, okay? This is the thing. if you and your boyfriend decide to come to the club, or you and your girlfriend decide to come to the club, and you guys are dancing on other people and people are getting jealous and shit like that, that's a conversation that you guys need to have prior to coming out. Because me, as a dancing ass motherfucker in the club trying to turn up, you know what I'm saying, I could be dancing on someone and completely not know that they have a girlfriend. But if a girl comes after me because I'm dancing on her dude and I don't even know that that's her dude, that's something she has to take up with him. Girls need to stop getting mad at other girls for shit that a nigga is doing. And niggas need to stop getting mad at other niggas for shit that a bitch is doing. So, it's just very important when you're in a relationship and you guys plan to go to the club that you guys set some boundaries before you come to this motherfucker. Because if you mess up my time, I'm gonna be highly upset. Okay? So, that's just a couple of things that I want to see transform and change and increase and get better, whatever the word is going to be for 2015. And Advice Week is still going to continue, okay? It's going to be obviously longer than a week because I'm going to put some days in between dropping videos, but I'm going to be dropping them very often. And whatever, if you guys have anything you want me to touch on, if you guys have any type of advice that you want or just an opinion, make sure you guys DM me, tweet me, email me, video email me. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get to as many of them as possible.